Alright guys, we're here in Fayetteville, North Carolina. We're going to show you what it looks like when we pull up to the job and do a roof inspection. Give you a kind of general overview of what we're looking for as well as what the insurance company is looking for from start to finish, how the process goes. So here we have a broken shingle, a missing tab. You can see this is legitimate damage because it's obviously been sitting there and it's faded over time. These nails don't really have a whole lot of rust on them. This one up here, it does. It's apparent this one has been broken for quite some time. Got a creased shingle here, which indicates the seal has been busted loose. Same thing. We've got another broken shingle with rust showing. We've got some fiberglass, potential hail impact marks. This here, you can really see it's beaten down into the shingle on a couple sides. We'll walk over the back. We'll inspect that. We got a broken shingle right here on the rake. We'll go around, we'll inspect all the pipe boots. We will look for any more forms of impact damage. We'll go get a piece of chalk. We'll start chalking it up so when we take pictures, it's easier to identify where the damage was. All right, I'm gonna go grab a piece of chalk.
I got one.
Oh, he's chalked up. We got one broken there. Missing here. Missing there. We got a lot of fiberglass showing on the edges. This here is creased. This is creased. That's creased. That's loose there. See that? Got a broken shingle here. Got a tab broken off there. We're going to circle some of these that are most likely hail damage. The granulars are just gone. It's not that big of a deal. It's really this indentation that you can feel something has impacted it and broken the shingle. Look for collateral on soft metals, like on top of that chimney cap there. You can even see some of the impacted damage there. Same thing, I mean, this is just absolutely ridiculously beat up. In my professional opinion, this is probably going to be a total replacement just because the damage is so consistent all across the roof and it's so substantial that doing a repair on this and trying to figure out which shingles have actually been punctured is probably a waste of time. We'll look around for other crease shingles and pile as much evidence that we possibly can. Homeowner, fight the insurance company. I'll look here. Got a broken shingle around the pipe boot there. The rubber on the pipe boot's actually in pretty good shape. Big old mat showing. Same with impact damage here. End piece, the hip and ridge here is broken. Probably by wind. Maybe it could just be a squirrel or something. Come out here and really take a look. Especially darker shingles like this, it's hard to see which ones have been creased. Unless it's really substantial. Like even there, that's probably been creased at one point in time. That's broken there. So yeah, this house being on a quarter lot, probably a lot of crosswinds come through here. And so it's probably multiple hailstorms that have done this. We'll look at the storm report and see what type of damage has been reported in the past 3 years. But if I was a betting person, I'd say that we'll have no problems getting this one approved. You see here when it's damaged, it's just ripping the shingle clean off. Like to do a repair on something like this, we'd have to come through, bust this shingle loose. The brittle test is take it to 45 degrees, and you can just hear it. Look, you can see this has been leaking before. See that rusted nail up in there? But it's just creasing it right across that line there. So this would be deemed non-repairable. Brittle test failed. Definitely not repairable. Excessive granular loss is caused by hail damage. It impacts the shingles, it loosens up the granules, and then as it rains, it just washes them away and will fill your gutters up. As you can see, he keeps his gutters pretty clean. So that tells me this isn't years of granular loss built up. It's probably after a storm that this has happened. So once we get off the roof and we've identified that there's hail damage, we'll come back and we'll look at soft metals like the gutters. You know, potentially this could be from hitting it with the trash can. But this, nobody is hitting that with the trash can all the way up the downspouts. Another thing that we look at is the window screens. A lot of the times you'll see nicks and damage on it. You can come and look at the top of the AC units. We'll chalk that, see if there's any damage there. But what that looks like to me is splatter. If they have window screens, which they don't, that's another good indicator. But we believe the hail came from this way. And if you look, see there's damage there. It has most definitely been hit by hail. All right, so when we do an insurance inspection, we are not just looking at the roof. When there's a wind or a hail event, it can damage a multitude of things. It can damage your gutters, it can damage your siding, it can damage your window screens, it can damage your fascia boards. And so the insurance company is responsible for all of these things, not just the roof. Our main objective is to get you as much money as possible to replace what the insurance company is legally liable for. You've paid into this policy for 10, 15, 20 years. All we're asking is for you to get what you rightfully deserve. A lot of insurance companies try to skimp out. If you only file a roof claim, they only look at the roof. So we go through and we identify everything that could possibly be done wrong or could be damaged, and we do our best to put a case together so that you can get it back to its pre-existing condition. See how this side isn't damaged as bad as the other side? Which, just like that front slope over there, which indicates to me that the hail came this way. So you can check things like this for soft metal damage. We'll take chalk and chalk it to see if we see any impressions, but I believe that it came from the other way. Hey, how you doing?
What's up, bud?
Would you like me to go ahead and put a couple small tarps on these nail heads that are exposed? It'll help you with the insurance company and it'll count towards your deductible.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you, you're the pro, man, whatever you think's right.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to just put a couple small tarps on there just to cover the missing shingles, just so we can show the insurance company that you did your responsibility to protect the home and didn't neglect it.
Ooh.
And it kind of also shows that you've taken the initiative to begin the process to get it fixed.
Yeah, because we're concerned.
Absolutely.
So those, you said the what heads are exposed?
The nail heads. So where the shingles have flown off the roof and they're bent back, those nails are exposed and they're starting to get rusted. And so what happens is the water hits those. As they rust, they get smaller and it begins to trickle its way in there, and that's how you get water spots and damaged decking and things of that nature. So the patches will only be maybe 4 inches by 8 inches, just big enough to cover the areas that were affected. We're not going to tarp the whole thing just where they're missing.
Yeah.
It also creates a sense of urgency with the insurance company, like, hey, this thing is leaking.
Yeah, it makes it look like, hey, this needs to be done.
Absolutely. And yeah, you have wind and hail damage up there, so I think we should have no issue getting a 100% replacement approved.
Well, that's awesome, man. That's good to hear for you and for me. So
that's right. They should potentially pay for some of your gutters as well.
Really?
Yep. You've got hail damage on one side of the house. Looks like that's the direction that it came from.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't think we should have any issues.
Yeah. See, I knew there was some concerns up there. So the shingles weren't missing last time I made that claim like 2 years ago. So I'm sure some damage has.
Yeah, you've got 5 or 6 that are missing. You've got a couple more that are creased, but you have a ton of impacts up there. Where it's exposed, it's knocked the granulars off of the roof, and it's exposing the fiberglass. So yeah, I think you have a good chance. I'll put all these pictures together and I'll attach it to the proposal, and I'll send it to you, and you will just take and copy what I send you and forward it to the insurance company once they ask you Have you had anybody take a look at it already?
Yeah.
And it'll have a storm date. It'll give you a date of loss, so I'll look on there and see when the most recent hailstorm was and which one was the largest. We'll use that as the date of loss.
Is like the hurricane that we had recently, will that be a thing too? Or
Yep, absolutely. That'll definitely count towards the wind. Honestly, I think that probably caused it because a couple of the shingles, the nail heads aren't rusted yet.
So it's new.
Exactly. Yep.
Well, that sounds good, brother. I appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir. It'll probably take me another 10-15 minutes to get up there and put these little tarps on for you. But I'll take pictures and I'll send it all to you.
Alrighty, and then I'll just copy that and then forward it to them, right?
Yes, sir. It'll take me about 24 hours to get the exact estimate together. That's using the insurance's program. So, you know, if I were to say, hey, this roof is going to cost $10,000, they want to see a breakdown. Xactimate, the insurance company, updates their pricing every 30 days. So I know what they're going to pay. That way we don't leave any money on the table and they don't try to you.
Yeah, we don't want that. So do I need to go ahead and probably just call them today or?
Exactly. If you give me about an hour and a half, I'll go to the office and pull a storm report, and I'll go ahead and text you, hey, this is the date of loss. And you call and you tell them you want to file what's called a notice of first loss. And you'll say, hey, the damage is 8/8/24. It's wind and hail damage. And that's all you tell them, and they'll schedule an appointment for an adjuster to come out here. I will meet them here to make sure that they do their job correctly and that they don't just say, couple shingles. I'll point out everything that I've noticed and just keep them honest.
Yeah, because I told you that the last guy that came out there, man, it was just like, and honestly, the roof was pretty much in the shape it is now. Probably not at probably I don't know, like 10% better, maybe just because years have passed, it gets worn out. But I told you like last time, it was just a joke, man. He came out here and said, "Oh, your roof's in great shape, man." I'm like, dude.
Yeah, we won't have any of that. I know how to train with these people. If they come back and deny it, we can request a second inspection. If they deny it again, we can request a third. And if not, I'll go to appraisal and call a public adjuster to come out here and report what he wants.
You must have failed recess because you don't play, son, do you?
No, I hate these insurance companies. They steal from people over and over and over again. And you've paid into this policy for 10, 15, 20 years. You have legitimate damage. It's their responsibility to pay for it. So once we call and get the homeowner's permission to come up here and tarp this, because these nails are most definitely going to leak, we get some synthetic felt out, we grab a hook blade, we take it, we cut us a little square, just big enough to cover this damage here. We take it, slide this shingle up, slide that shingle up, that one, and that one. We get this, we slide it up in here just to cover the part that's been damaged. We don't want to come out here and put a bunch of unnecessary holes in this roof, but we want to show the insurance company that we've done our due diligence as far as identifying the leak and preventing it from getting any worse. So we're going to take one here. Take our little hook blade and trim off the excess so it looks nice and neat. All right, guys, now we're back at the office. Unfortunately, We were in a no-fly zone and it started raining, so we weren't able to get good pictures with the drone of the roof. However, we're going to upload some stills and kind of show you what we identified. We're going to go ahead and pull our storm report to get the dates. We're going to start our GAF Scope Connect and get the Xactimate estimate, get everything sent over to the homeowner, and wait for the insurance company to let us know when the adjuster will be there so we can meet them and proceed with the claim.